Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the tabletop. My name is Daniel, and today we're joined by a Amy, a Maggie, not a Scotty, Nick, Xavier, and maybe a Garriott. I think that's it. I will be in and out. I'm sick.
You're
And
sick?
Yeah, I am
pretty
badly sick. But I think just to recap last time, I mean, we continued on into round one of the Grand Magic Games. Last time that everyone else was here, that you, the audience, was here, we had just finished round one with a score of 100 points, and then Shark's Tooth had just finished theirs, and Titan's Nose has also just finished. There was a week break in between just because a lot of people couldn't make it. We did our own little individual session. Me, Nick, and Garion, where we went in and did the Titan's Nose Mermaid Heel fights. Other than that, I believe the current plan, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, is to go ahead and move on to phase 2 of round 1. And then individuals.
I'm going to give just a brief description of how the last couple rounds go here. As I rolled randomly for how well these various guilds do, and two of the three did not do very well.
Yeah.
The Gorgonstung, the Dark Guild, entered in and clearly bit off far more than they could chew, asking for 15 A rank monsters, and then having to be teleported out of the arena as they all beat down.
Well,
Rest in peace.
Now we gotta fight like 100 of the lowest ranked monsters. Please.
So they have earned the glorious score of 0 points in this game.
Yep. And now we're waiting on.
Yep. And as the saber-tooth fight commences, you get a little bit of glimpses of some of their abilities. You can see one of them is using some magics familiar to Lucky, at least some wind magics. And another, in fact, is also just throwing around lightning.
Copcats.
Probably the most interesting of their is a woman in strange, like, feathered cloak, but it's very clearly fake feathers because they're like gigantic and plasticky. And she seems to pluck the feathers from this cloak and transform them into tiny little fairies and angels that help them in the fight.
What the fuck?
Tree Man!
Hold up.
Tree Man!
Oh. I mean...
Tree Man!
There's no Tree Man.
New Tree Man! New Tree Person.
Yeah, there's two Tree Men. Two.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
new tree person. New tree person. Yes.
But yes, what were you going to say, Lucky?
New tree person.
I don't know. I've forgotten because Xavier keeps screaming new tree person. It's gone.
Right. Oh, roll me a sentence.
All right, I got you.
or Arc of Trees.
4, 5, 6, 7. Can I do it maliciously?
Yes. Maybe.
Can you stare at her maliciously?
I feel like that answer is yes. I can stare at people maliciously.
They'll think it's you are a serial killer.
Yeah, it's just a matter as if I get caught doing that. No, I don't have to do it maliciously. Oh, that ain't bad. I don't know. I've decided I am doing this in the middle.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 43. Oh, never mind. That was
Me.
not.
43.
Hold on. That was. Hold on. I'm dumb. It's a 43 plus 8, 51.
51. Yes, these things, whatever it is that she's creating, first of all, she's not creating anything. She is calling these creatures here from somewhere.
Okay.
Ooh,
So kind
he
of
has
like the keys, like her celestial keys. They're
It's
just.
it's a little bit similar to what little you know about that type of magic. You haven't really ever looked into it extensively.
You know, I feel I'm actually gonna. We haven't met a celestial wizard yet.
Well, now you have.
Well,
confirmed.
fuck. All right,
Illuminati.
shit.
Illuminati confirmed. I mean,
Xavier will
no.
probably be disappointed to know that before the plans changed, this was the stat sheet that I was going to hand him.
What?
This is the character that I was going to have you play before other people showed up and plans changed back.
Sorry, I was looking at hashtag memes. What?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not re-explaining
I'm sorry,
it.
okay?
All right.
You gotta watch those memes, you know what I'm saying?
They have a fairly tough fight and end up keeping up, but not really doing anything super impressive.
Yes.
And then once again, what shit? I just accidentally deleted everything. Hold on, I'm gonna rewind that.
Rewind time. Turns out Nick has the Arc of Time real life.
Turns out he has all the arts in real life.
I mean, I have the Arc of Time on Tabletop Simulator. I'm the only one that's allowed to do that. Pretty sure.
Oh yeah? Well, I have the arc of a speech. Yeah.
Because I think it's funnier this way rather than actually failing. When the Quattro Cerberus guild goes up, it's very clear that they have not done their math correctly at the point when they ask for 20 C rank monsters.
Oh.
What math
I
were they
see.
When they come out victorious, but with many less points than they expected, and they all seem to be just like very surprised by this fact.
Yeah. Yikes.
Who is this? Oh, the Quantro Cerberus.
Oh my gosh.
All right. It is your guys' chance again here to declare how many horror monster beasties you want to fight up and how high is that bar for everyone else.
Okay. So, as you all know, you have heard my plan. So,
Yeah, she won 100 of the smallest monsters. And I will raise you and do 100 of the C rank. Because I think we could probably do 100 C rank.
we couldn't even. We did one S rank pretty bad.
The whatchamacallit, I will note, because you did get to see them in Quattro Cerberus this round. The C rank monsters include once again the ones that they fought included a variety of different things. Some of which you've run into before. The Marlboro type Sproutling and Hide Behind have made it.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I had him muted because he started screaming and I wanted to make sure I could actually hear you. But no, okay, so that makes sense. So we'd be fighting a mixture of hide behinds and Marlboros.
Yep.
Yikes.
Hey, it's okay. I can see them.
Yeah,
I can see them.
I can too. Like,
Well, yeah, but I can see them more easily. I can feel their movements in the ground.
so can
I am
I?
tough. No?
Yeah.
Trees, boy.
Oh. Well, we're in a like a sand, so I just thought like no.
I mean, you still sense life.
But there is no life in the thing.
Except,
Never
the
mind.
monsters.
The monsters have
Okay.
no life. The monsters are monsters,
Getting
and they don't deserve life.
philosophical here. Monsters have no life.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
What not to be?
I'm just saying, those original hide behind you fought were chilling out in their forest, minding their own damn business until you showed up. They had a life.
Hey, we were traveling somewhere. We did.
I need to rip an entire chunk of ground out of the thing, and some guys were pissed off that you fucked up their house.
So I could get you were the hide behind. You were like talking about the things, and I was like, ah, yes, malicious intent. Like, both me and Rook thought that. Like,
I am mostly just messing with, but
I will
you
have to
said
be
that
right back.
monsters have no life, so I had to.
well, listen here, okay?
So we're going to continue.
Yes.
Does
Also,
does anyone else have any suggestions?
So their Wi-Fi just crashed, and I have to
see
go to
that.
the bathroom. So
All right,
I will be back, and I am sorry about that.
you're fine.
But I've said my suggestions and thrown that out there.
Yeah,
and I did too. And I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick.
okay.
All right, hello.
Welcome back.
I am back. Yes, hi. You are not lonely anymore.
Muted at the moment.
Get a girlfriend, and you won't be lonely anymore.
You're the one who said that you were bored and lonely.
Hey, I have had two. Okay.
I mean, that doesn't change the fact that you were the one complaining about being bored and lonely. I was talking to my other friends before I switched over to this call.
I have no. No, that's not. No, I hopped in and I was like, "Hi, I have stopped you from being lonely."
I know.
Because you were lonely. Nobody was talking to you.
I was, huh? Perhaps I was just plotting all of your slow and painful deaths in the next round.
I'm going to tell Daniel that you said that.
I mean, he's still in the call. He's just muted.
Oh. Daniel.
Don't yell at him.
Okay.
He is sick.
Make him do it twice as fast. Lucky gonna roll
He may have also just like completely left the computer.
He went he went to the restroom.
No, he did say that, didn't he? No, I'm not
Yeah.
paying that much attention.
All right. So
So the
would you like
problem with your proposal of just fighting 100 of the weaker monsters is that leaves you
with
that
100
leaves you with only 200 points, and people coming after you could very easily do more than
Okay, then 200 or 200 low class warriors.
that. I mean, once everyone gets back, we can talk about it a little bit more. But Daniel had thrown out like 100 of the one step up, the C class ones, which would be 300.
Yes, but you see, if would you rather fight 100?
You could also just do like whatchamacallit, less of the high rank monsters. It's the real question is how many points ahead do you guys want to be at the end of this?
Sorry, I had some trouble with my brother.
I see.
Yeah, he
You are muted again.
I know I'm having trouble again. Once
He's got to mute himself so that he can yell at his little brother. That's all telling him he's a terrible. People are rejoining and disappearing and all kinds of stuff.
All right, I think we're back. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Cool.
yes, we can hear you. I'm just muted because my brother is being really annoying right now.
That is valid. That is valid. I might also mute in a second here because I'm like eating, and I feel like that's just gross sounds. But yeah, sorry about that. Wi-Fi just like crapped out. I had to like restart the whole thing,
Yeah.
and then it just couldn't seem to decide whether or not it wanted to connect.
Yeah. Daniel went to the restroom real quick. He will be back relatively soon, hopefully.
Okay.
But yes, for the moment, I was just talking to Xavier, and then he started muting himself so he could yell at his brother.
Valid.
All right, what were you saying?
I'm just talking crap about you behind your back. Don't worry about it.
I can hear you. So I mean,
What? I don't know what you're talking about. You can't hear anything. Hey, Logan. Mm-mm. But for your reference, Maggie and Amy,
Mhm.
the current thing in the game once Danielle gets back here was
You're
that
fighting like 100 monsters.
I'm back.
yeah, you guys basically are deciding how to take on and of what tier. If you look at I've got the thing sharing. The current score
Oh,
is on the screen, but the question, as I said to Xavier, is basically like where you guys want to set the bar at, because you're going first in the order here. So however many points you guys score, it's going to be everyone else's like bar to me.
So
that makes sense.
sorry if you can hear like fire shots in the background. I don't know what's happening out there.
You
What?
okay?
Yeah, I am okay, but like the dog next to me is hearing gunshots, and I don't know what's happening. It could be fireworks too, but
We are approaching that time of the year.
I was going to say there's a big difference between gunshots and fireworks.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't particularly expect the 11-year-old to know the difference, but there is a big difference.
no, I do know the difference. But in Chinese history, they did use fireworks or a free type of fireworks for their cannons. So,
We don't do that anymore, though.
well, yes, but I'm just saying, what if we change back? I mean,
What if somebody's just shooting off a Chinese cannon? Who knows?
yeah, I mean, like, geez, they stole it from a museum and now they're
Those are
firing
way
it.
out in the middle of nowhere. People got to have hobbies.
Which includes firing Chinese cannons. Yes.
I mean, it does also in your part of the country include sometimes just people shooting their guns off their back porch. So
I don't think we have that. I don't think we have that much free rights here. I'm not sure. I'm not
the
sure.
number of times that I have shot a gun off your granddad's back porch or my granddad's back porch.
What?
This is a thing. I promise you.
No, I'm not saying what as in like what. Like that is a weird thing. I'm saying what as in like say that again.
Or like double voicing. Like I cannot understand you because I was hearing like 3 Xaviers now.
You know why? I have 3 guys in the room right now.
I see. 3 of guys are here
Yes.
right.
I like that it's three. I feel like that it's three a guy and not like just 3 guys. Like we didn't plural it. We just.
And well, that's his name. A guy.
Oh, my mistake. My mistake. I'm so sorry. Did not mean proper.
So
Yeah,
you
not guy.
the proper pluralization is a guys.
I love that. That's fantastic.
I know literacy, so I mean I do hate literacy though, so
It's also just not his real name in the first place, but that's his like code name, I guess.
that's what everyone calls me.
Got
If you're a guy or people call me Kinyu, but I don't normally see anybody calling me Kinyu, so
No,
my
mostly
name
just
is
your dad.
except my dad. You know, my dad likes the country Kenya, and
Gotcha.
he decided like, hey, that would be copyright. So let's call you in Kenya.
I don't think you can copyright the name of a country. I don't think that's how that
I mean,
works.
you could try.
Hi, Daniel.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back.
Are you still hearing three of me or?
No, it's better now. It was just weird for a minute there.
All right, because I didn't see any options about that. So
Oh yeah, it was just your connection being weird, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, probably.
But yes, do keep in mind that to get to whatever, point value of creatures you want here, you can mix and match. You're not stuck to only choosing from a single group.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Ooh, so we can do 100 D ranks and then 100 C ranks.
I don't think that would
I
go
do
well
believe
for
we-
us.
I think you just doubled it, my dude.
I mean,
that
his response was, "All right, then let's do both a lucky and a my idea at the same time." That's what he did.
Or we could go in the middle and do 50 D rank and 50 C rank, which I think is called compromising as opposed to adding.
It just depends on what you guys think you could take. That would put you at. Gonna make me do math. 150 plus 50. That would put you guys at 300 points.
I think we could do that. It's going to be hard, so I'm going to tell you straight out, like, all the stuff that we are fighting. The D ranks we're not going to have any trouble with. They're going to be all right. The things I'm really concerned about are the Marlboros, because they inflict a lot of bad stuff. A lot of bad stuff on you. And I don't know how that's going to work or how Nick wants to do that.
But they're not as horrible as their Final Fantasy versions. You have before.
Yeah, but like that's still I remember that was like an entire poison gas the entire time. So I know like a good part of mine is just gonna be fucking filling the stadium full of wind. But
like, is it gonna matter that Garion's not here? Like, are we gonna need him? Like, it kind of sounds like we might.
Well,
I mean, you guys have a whole cadre of choose to fill in for him for the moment.
yeah. No, Garion will probably, hopefully, not be joining. Not because we don't want him here, but I guess he is at his grandma's visitation right now.
Oh.
Okay. So I told him, do not worry about us in the slightest.
Yeah.
And to have him do you.
So he will probably not
Or
be here.
you
Then.
do you.
You guys can choose anyone off the list of other guild members to bring instead.
Fuck. I want to say we should probably do like Aleva, who's the guild healer.
Yeah.
So we'd have Lyra and Aleva, and myself, who can all do healing.
Okay.
Maggie, I did not hear you. I'm sorry.
I want to say, sorry. I just said that. Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like a good plan. I don't know any other guild members, I don't.
Yeah, I can explain them all to you, so you guys can get like an understanding.
Sure.
If you want to run down, honestly, it's probably something that I should have done when you guys first joined the guild and were introduced. But if Daniel wants to run down some of our prominent guild members who are here.
So, starting off is Haba. Haba is actually one of our core party members most of the time.
usually the one that they bring along on most adventures.
So
Okay.
he's been with us since the beginning. He's one of Lucky's longtime friends. He was one of the founding members of the guild. He is also the guild's enchanter. And enchanters, basically, their thing is they don't have a lot of like raw magic power, but they can, place and make these big magic spells.
They're very versatile. It's language magic. Like, if you think about any of those classic systems where it's like, you say something or write down what you want in the right runes, and you can make a lot of versatility out. But it takes him longer to do things than most like normal, wizards.
Okay.
So that's Haba. Coming up next is Duba. Duba is earth manipulation. And I believe he added on. Did he add on water?
He's picked up water now as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And
he learned from a guy's example.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to copy me. Jesus.
My lord. And then on top of that, he's come with us on exactly one mission. And it was to fight our first it was our first mission to fight the Marlboro.
I would say it was the first time you guys fought these monsters.
Yeah. And he is also, Duba is the person who basically takes care of the grounds of the guild hall. Anytime anything really gets broken, he's the one who fixes it. He's kind of like our caretaker.
He's also the groundskeeper, basically.
Okay.
Then we have Talavar. Talavar is water manipulation. And he's actually where a guy learned his waterbending from. He's a kind of
Televar.
very physical, very like buff kind of guy.
He combines martial arts with his magic in basically equal parts.
And so that kind of does describe him. He's a prideful, kind of just buff guy. And
he really, really likes strawberry ice cream.
Really, really likes the strawberry ice cream. Never tell him that it's bad. He will come at you. I've started only 7 bar fights this way.
Only 7.
Only 7. After that, we have the only guild member who's actually back at the guild hall, the unofficial guild master, Kima.
The alcohol? Is that the one that can vend alcohol?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Kima is my favorite. And
really quick, can we go back to the ice cream guy though?
Oh yeah.
Like, how did this come up? I'm just curious. Like how? Like
I believe I asked Nick how I would start a bar fight, and Nick already had this picked out, so I didn't know.
It was fairly early on thing. It was literally just like it was because you were sitting in. And I described like all these people like around talking, and you were like, "Well, what kind of things are they talking about?"
That's right.
And that I literally came up with off the top of my head there that he was having an argument with another guild member about whether strawberry or chocolate ice cream was better.
And then I walked up and was like, "Yo, yo, 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 chocolate, my guy."
And it over the course of this and like 3 other instances, it just became like a running thing.
And usually a bar fight started from it.
He at one point went out on a very west to go to like some far off mountaintop to collect like golden strawberries just to prove his point. And Lucky tasted it and was like, "Yeah, it's all right."
Oh my god!
I started another bar fight. Now I'm thinking about it.
So this might not be a person we want to invite then, because we don't seem to be friends.
Oh no, we love each other.
Okay. They're more of a friendly rivalry than it.
Okay, I can respect that. Okay.
No, Lucky.
Bar fights are pretty much a like every other day occurrence. some
Okay.
reason or another.
Yeah.
Basically, everyone just takes it as like low-key training.
Next up, like Kimo, the bartender. She does a lot of the managing stuff. Whereas, so as a guild master, Lucky doesn't know shit really. He knows a lot more now than he did at the very beginning. But for a good maybe month of in-game time, Lucky was just the face that was like, yeah, he's a guild master. Whereas Kima did all like the paperwork, did all the everything. She manages all like the money. And so Lucky actually doesn't take the guildmaster paycheck himself. He gives it to Kima each time he receives it because he feels so bad because he doesn't actually do shit as guildmaster other than add people in and go to the meetings.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I got you.
And she's like ironically kind of the guild's like grandmotherly figure, even though she's the same age as Lucky and also a raging alcoholic.
Yeah.
Also Lucky.
And Lucky's gotten a lot better.
Well, it's because
Yes,
I now in character can't get drunk unless I let myself get drunk.
That
Kind
would
of
be
takes all the fun out of it.
So
We miss drunk Lucky.
bring back
Alright.
drunk Lucky.
I don't think we need to bring back.
No, I'm not bringing back drunk Lucky. No.
Oh,
Nobody, everybody in the chat, bring back drunk Lucky.
I mean, I know our chat, and they probably would be doing something like that.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
trees have arms.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
You don't need to bring that up again.
I'm
We're
off
not going there
stream.
yet.
I'm off stream. This is a recording. Sure.
We
Theo,
still just don't need to go there again. No.
Theo, if you're watching this, trees have arms. There you go. I hope your day is made. Anyway.
Continuing down the list there.
We have Steel. Steel was the first guild master of Mother's Eye, and he is kind of Lucky's father figure, or not father figure, more like cool older brother. You know, like the guy who you always look up to.
Yeah.
In that kind of sense.
And there's now the weird situation where he has been like de-aged and lost his memory of like the last like 20 years.
Yeah. So like now Lucky's older. Like both Lucky and Kima are older because we're in like our early 30s, early to mid 30s.
Yeah,
Is where Lucky and Kima is.
He was like in his 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's been de-aged where he's a little bit younger than you guys.
So
what
now,
happened? How did that happen?
okay, I tried to start a school. All right.
Okay.
You know, if we're doing this story, we're telling it right.
Okay,
There seems to be a lot more aggression than I expected. Just asking what happened. I'm sorry.
You will figure out why, and that's
So many things
Okay.
happened. Is the
So
answer.
many
anything.
things that didn't need to
I just wanted to
happen.
start a school, Nick. Okay, so here's how it happened. I got the brilliant idea to start a school.
Okay.
Which I eventually did. But I was like, okay, how do I want to do this? Well, you know what? Let's start with a meeting with Ivan, who's a general in Pergrand, because the country we were in was New Pergrand. And so my idea behind involving them would be not only a connection to New Pergrand and Pergrand, to maybe hopefully get things going into a good direction there, and to make sure that we don't
go ahead
really
and pull up the world map for a moment.
okay, that we don't lose our connection with Old Pergrand. Like
Okay.
we wanted to keep that good connection. So I was checking in with them to say like, hey, if we do this, you aren't going to hate us, right? And then of course I went to my guild master, which was Steel at the time, and wanted fucking his permission, like his blessing to start the school under Fiore and under the Mother's Eye name. And so little did I know, and I should have assumed because like the context clues were there, and it's really I just didn't put two and two together. Ivan and Steele are related. Ivan is Steele's uncle, and there is not a good family bonding there. It's not good. Like the relationship very very shitty, and it's a problem.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that was like. Oh, I guess you weren't there. You missed that session. Okay.
Yeah, you were not there for that.
Wow.
So a guy is finding this out right now as Lucky tells the story.
Yay! Wow. So they don't like each other. That starts a fight between, Steele and Ivan. They just start bickering, and finally I'm like, all right, cool it. I'm getting a middleman. And I tried to call Kane and Abel and Uncle, who are in this universe the Arc of Embodiment. And they were actually my first characters. Like my first characters ever in a long-term playing session.
That was his agent character from in our first game.
I also have an agent. I also have a character in this.
We will get to Abhishek. Don't worry.
we'll get there.
So, with that being said, I, being lucky, decided to use my only form of long distance communication that I had with them, wind magic, and my newly acquired infinite range to burst into my ultimate and swipe a wind message across the entire globe. So anyone who had wind magic or could hear wind magic heard me go, Kane, Abel, Uncle, get your ass over to this mountain. Like, we need to talk about a school. And thinking about it, I shouldn't have done it that way. I should have just been like, okay, here's the direction of fucking where they are. I don't remember what that country's called. Shit.
Which one?
Where Uncle is.
Good
God.
Oh, Callum.
Yeah.
Okay.
It took me a minute to remember it.
Yeah. So Callum and I should have just been like, here we go.
Around where this dice is or so on the map.
Oh, yeah. And that would have just saved us a headache of a lot of what's about to happen. So after I do that, Uncle, Kane, and Abel do appear. And then another person appears. 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 And I think only one more person appears, and that's a person named Klaus. And Klaus is the Arc of Trees. And we knew Klaus at the time. All the other people who we had just seen and who have just appeared, we had no clue who they are yet, and we will get to who they are. But Klaus, the Arc of Trees, he was the only other person who I had actually asked and been like, hey, would you be willing to come and hear me out? Because I wanted Klaus to come work at this school. I thought that he would be fantastic at that. And then me being
the part that you're skipping here is that you were already speaking with one. Then the other two people you called for were three of a 8-person group called the Arcs.
Yes, I did forget that.
And they are just the people that are generally recognized by cosmic scale beings. We're not even
One second, Mom got here.
They're the people that are recognized as the master over a particular type of magic. And Daniel just went ahead and called for like 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
So, just nonchalant, And to be fair, I only called for one of them. And I called for another using Arc of Trees, which is at least, people have to be on the Earth, and it was a far less distance. And then the other one I just went to and teleported in front of. And really just kind of interrupted an entire session of him studying a very, handy tool, a star.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a star in a little tiny force field.
Yeah, he did.
Now powers the teleporter attached to these guys' limb.
That's also true.
Okay.
So many things.
So many things happen.
You are throwing a lot at me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
kind
sorry.
of giving
We
you.
should probably return to chronological order. But...
Oh yeah, shit. Okay,
Alright, bye. Sorry.
welcome back.
Oh yeah, mom said hi.
Oh, hello.
Yes, probably a return to chronological order would be best.
So, brief summary: I called 3 out of 8 people. The rest, long story short, the rest of the 8 arcs showed up.
No, 7 did.
7 did. There's still one out there who we haven't.
We still haven't met the last one, but
I feel like that's happening soon. But
it depends on
Wait,
choices.
who's the last arc that we have available?
yeah,
Who's the last arc that we have available? I thought we did all of them.
I feel like you were also gone for that. Yeah.
no, because his morph is it. He has one of his morphs, which is this thing.
Well, that's an avatar. It's not the same.
I know.
You're gonna find out what's going on with.
Okay.
Hey. 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 Hey.
You okay?
Hey, Isaac.
sorry.
Sounded like Rolly was upset.
Yeah.
Nope, a chihuahua.
A chihuahua.
Oh, okay.
Wait. No, you have to explain the chihuahua. Hold on. Don't mute. Wait a minute.
You don't need to say, don't worry about it.
Today is not your day.
Okay. All right. Cool. No, so all 8 arcs show up, and we actually have a really good meeting. I mean, I do spearhead it with the school. All of them think it's a good idea. I'm fucking down for it. Half of them sign up to be teachers, so I'm good with that as well. Then I'm getting to
I
the
will
part.
once again remind you, though, that even of the 7 you knew at the time, only 6 of them were actually at the meeting at first.
Oh, fuck. Okay. 6 of them were there. I got half of them. So it was, and, then there was a thing where we had to go get 1/2 of the 7th one, which that's a lot to explain, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually explain it, so I'm going to throw that to Nick.
I mean, basically what happened is, I don't even remember exactly how it all came around, but it came to the point where Steele and Ivan were still just arguing over stuff. And one of the big points of contention was that the Arc of Life, one of the ones here, the reason it was because Steele's wife tried to take that power and basically went into and it was this whole thing where it's like Steele refused to give up the chance to get his wife back. But Ivan was like, we need the power of life. It balances all this other shit.
But Steele wanted to make sure his wife stayed alive. Well,
he
Yeah.
felt like he still had a chance to fix it somehow, and was not willing to give up.
and now time travel. So,
Yes. And then time travel. You can take back over.
so then we used the Arc of Time. We asked the Arc of Time, who is named Walda, and Walda is. I'm going to server deafen Xavier so I can accurately explain what Walda is. Well, he doesn't need to hear. Okay, she's a sex addict. Like, that's her character is like. So she's think Bellatrix.
She is not just a. She's not just a sex addict. She is an experiences addict. She is 10,000 plus years old. Has control over time, speeding it up, slowing down, going back. All she cares about is intense experiences.
So yeah. So she threw him back in time, and then threw.
You gotta
them.
unpin him.
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck.
He just left and came back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, we were explaining some things that you didn't need to hear.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're. But yes, she's interesting, and she is the art. And basically, she was like with her crazy time traveling world was just like, oh, I know how to fix this problem, and basically just snapped her fingers and sent both Steele and his wife back in time like 20 years,
and then brought those two people to current time.
Okay.
So we just went to where they would be at that time period, and sure enough, there they were. And so I had to, and at this time I had met Steele and like I'd talked with him.
I mean,
But
we
barely.
did skip over the whole part where like you did the fight with Steele to like prove that you were, to Guild Master.
Yeah.
And all that. So like we skipped over all that stuff, but that's not really important to the question they asked,
Okay.
But this is also how Lucky became the new Guildmaster, because the old Guildmaster doesn't even remember founding the guild.
Because to him it hadn't happened yet.
Yep, but he is some time travel shenanigans have happened. Him and his wife was in a coma at the present time until now. Are now both just normal members of the guild.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And now we
And that's pretty much like that explains.
That's the long and complicated explanation for why he has been de-aged and time traveled backwards. And same thing with his wife, but like they never met the like present time period version. She was in a couple.
Gotcha.
So
Cool.
yeah.
And then just to go ahead and finish out that story, like Rook ended up like taking the power that she tried to take and actually succeeding, and then merging himself with the Death God, and now basically here we are.
Yeah, now that's how Rook became one of the 8 arcs.
Yeah.
And he has now he has like a legitimate crystal inside of his chest where a lot of his vital organs should be because of this.
Oh, like Neotanya?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really even think about the comparison until now, but yeah.
Although she's missing quite a few at this point, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I just want that.
Oh man.
But yeah, so that's a short history of this ridiculous nonsense that brought us to this point.
Cool.
And I guess now we can continue with the explaining of the guild. Actually, there's only 2 more people who are notable to mention. One of them is Steele's wife, which you just explained everything we know about her.
I think we skipped, or we got everything about them except their powers. He controls metal, and
She controls wood.
Yes.
And then Aleva, who is our healer. Although that healing was going to be interesting in a fight.
Yes, it is. It is quite the uncomfortable mode of healing, where you, for a very brief moment, feel all of the discomforts that you would have felt while healing normally.
It's really itchy. I remember when he first explained that to me.
It's very, very itchy.
Because the first time he explained that to me was after we just got into like the haunted mansion. So I had a literal chunk bitten out of my side. And I had a chunk bitten out of my neck. And
No, a guy had a chunk bitten out of his neck.
I had another wound, didn't I?
I believe you also got claw slapped several times.
Yeah. And so yeah, all that cut repaired. And I felt all of that in the span of, what did you say, like 3 seconds?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
What were you talking about?
Aleva, or the healer.
Oh,
She heals by accelerating the body's natural processes of healing. So afterwards, or during the process, you get to feel all of the horror you would have got to feel while healing. And then afterwards, generally, you feel kind of
It also leaves you with some pretty fucking cool scars.
You asked her to leave the scars. She was going to remove them.
I did ask her to leave the scar. I was even going to admit to that.
She's fully capable of removing scars, but you asked her to leave them.
Wild.
I did. And yeah, so that's everybody. Those are the people to look through. We threw a lot at you, so whatever you forget, feel free to ask again, because we don't expect you to remember anywhere near all of that.
Thank God. I was going to say, I'm going to retain as much as I can.
All of our major guild members, basically.
Yeah. Don't even worry about trying to remember all of those. You feel free to ask whenever.
Okay.
But yeah. So with that being said, I realized that holy shit, we have spent an hour talking about lore.
Yeah. I mean, it's
helpful for me.
I was going to ask, do we want to continue talking about lore and playing catch up, especially since we don't have Garion?
I mean, if you guys want to delay the fight until next time, we can definitely do that.
So,
and we can continue to go, world and lore stuff. Although,
can I do a crafting check?
No.
Can you do crafting checks, Xavier? Good God.
What? You said delay.
You are standing in the middle of an arena.
I am going to make a compilation of every time you say, can I do a crafting check? And it's going to be almost as long as our series, I swear to God.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is a crafting check?
Xavier.
I personally think Xavier needs to demonstrate a crafting check right now.
Okay, I will. All
no.
right, so I will.
All right.
You have enabled him here.
All right, so if you go into dice rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So I use my skill crafting, magical crafting, which is a roll.
He's rolling it on the thing, and Daniel's rolling it over.
I just want to see.
We've got a visual example.
I mean, that would be his thing because he keeps all of them.
Because generally, though, it's the same type of roll that you would roll for any other type of skill. But like I told you, like if you have anything that you want to be, practiced at or good at, you can have skills for that in this. For
This
Xavier,
is how some of our people in our group are OP.
I mean,
It's
Xavier
because
is
of me.
some pretty decent gear for various people, but it is they're basically for like long-term progress type things, not a role that you
My
roll to
God,
pass
this
or
one's a good one. That's a 24.
fail.
24.
It's too bad you don't actually have time to craft anything right now.
Oh, come on. You said delay, so I am delaying the best way I know how.
Oh, it makes some last-minute tweaks. But anyway, yes. Generally, the crafting system, quote unquote, is like if you have a skill for something, whether it be crafting or blacksmithing or magitech engineering, which I believe Rook has, or even
And me.
something as simple as like basket weaving, like that type of
basket weaving.
is not something that you pass or fail. You just roll to make progress.
Okay.
And
But
over
of
time,
course,
you
crafting
do more
is
and
the
more
most useful.
to eventually complete a longer term project.
Crafting is the most useful because I can do all those skills that he just said.
Not really.
Creator has
You
spoken.
you dare tempt me?
Oh,
Tempt you?
If you dare tempt you.
so confused.
I am
What
too.
you-
Don't worry.
I am the DM. What I say happens. I can't count.
Oh, come on. You said make it broad. And crafting is you can weave leather armor.
Still
You
have
can
to know
you
how
can blacksmith.
you make weapons and armor. That's what you make. Like
And I make machinery. I'm working on a fish that fishes.
But you are not.
Wait, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back
I
up.
didn't hear what you
Pause,
said.
pause. Xavier, one more time, that machine you're working on, I just need a little more information.
It's a fish that fishes.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay, that's what I thought you said. Is it a robotic fish or is it a real fish?
It's a robotic fish.
It's a robotic fish that he wants eventually Rook to help him take the soul of a real fish, and
Why?
because he's insane.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
Because when you try to be a guy, the only thing you can think of is fishing and crafting checks.
I mean, this sounds like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I mean, Xavier makes his best attempts to play this game like it's Animal Crossing.
It really does.
Let me tell you this now. I will show you no mercy in the next life.
What the fuck?
Okay.
What is going on?
I will keep that in mind, considering the fact that I literally just like fully enabled you, my dude. But like, okay, thank you for that.
You have figured out my secret. Now I will figure out yours.
Good luck with that.
I do not know what's going on right now.
You're doing.
See,
What the
this is
fuck
how
just
I make
happened?
people laugh. This is how I make people laugh. I just say random things.
I think
You make
Xavier's
people
doing
laugh.
a bit, and I'm running with it, and like now no one knows what to do because I don't think people usually go with Xavier's bits.
No, I mean,
No, nobody
generally
does.
it's because they end
I
up like
start the
this.
bit. Normally I start the bit. And then they go on with it. And then everybody laughs at their joke. Man, I feel sad now.
I'll give you a hug when I see you next time, Xavier, okay? Just for you.
Alright.
If it helps Xavier, I think it's funny.
Oh, I never said I didn't.
Oh, I mean, Xavier can absolutely be hilarious. There's sometimes I just don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So are we still talking about lore, or what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm down to talk about lore.
Yeah, I mean,
well, what questions do you have about the lore, like that you've been wondering and want to figure out?
Dude, I don't even know. Like, again, this thing's been going on for like a year or like over a year. Like, I don't even know what I don't know at this point.
not quite that long. We thought it was long, but it's really only been like maybe 8 months. But
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to log in and check, but
7 months and a half, I'm pretty sure. Wait,
but
I'm doing that.
if Daniel is so inclined, just give us a brief rundown of the
history of everything. Just
the history of everything brought to you by Daniel Terrell.
Yes.
The history of fairy tale, I guess.
To help or correct you wherever I can.
Yeah, I mean, I've just logged in. We'll see how it goes. And I guess let's start with episode 1, New Heroes. So the first time we were actually doing this, none of us really knew how we were going to do it yet. We hadn't included Tabletop. So we were running this on the Mystic Novus server world. And it starts out with Lucky very
You were
drunk.
just playing Minecraft at the same time.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't. Sorry, I that's what I meant. But like, it's yeah, no, we weren't playing like a
First video, yeah, we didn't actually introduce Tabletop Simulator until episode 2.
Yeah, so it's done in Minecraft. But fucking no. So it starts off. Lucky's like piss drunk, very very drunk. Like that's the first thing I did. And then a guy ended up going like, well, fuck, we have to pick a job. And then a guy at this point could not read at all.
He only fairly recently learned how to read.
Yeah.
So
the guy you see me now is not the guy you saw me yesterday.
All right.
Deep philosophical.
Go to BrennyQuote.com for more quotes.
All right.
By me.
All right. By the way.
But yes, a guy could not read at this time and literally just went to the book, like picked a job with like a big number.
Big number and pretty picture.
I think I could read words. I mean numbers.
No. That came way later. At this point, like you just did not know how to read at all.
Yeah, I got an extra 2 experience points, so it was worth it.
Yeah. That's why I did it with Uncle. But yeah, so our first mission ended up being an interesting one. We had to get rid of a Marlboro, which at the time was only like we had to figure out why a mine was filled with poison gas and kind of get this town's economy back on its feet by by allowing people to
it was a gold mine that was filled, completely filled with poisonous gas. And, we need some adventurers to go figure out what the hell's going
on. So we did that. And
No. Episode 1, we fought that electrical eagle bird thing.
I had forgotten about that. I had moved on to episode 2. I'm sorry.
That was literally just how I introduced everyone to each other was there was a Thunderbird that was flying over the town, and they fought it off and chased it, and then decided not to kill it.
Okay.
But get this. Here's my comical at this time. I became a female bird.
Yes, that was
Okay.
the way that they managed to lead it away from the town. Was that a guy became a female version of this bird and put the moves on it.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
was-
Proceeded to lead it away from the town.
I see why I'd forgotten that.
Okay.
Hey, I mean, it can't work. It can work a second time. Sometimes. I mean, it did with the. I did trick. Never mind. Continue.
All right.
Continue.
So our second mission.
We'll get to the time that a guy married a crab. It's okay.
I remember that. I've been told about that one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Our second mission, again, chosen by a guy because Lucky was pissed drunk. You'll see a theme in the first couple job quests. No, at this point, Lucky was not okay. He was having a tough time.
Okay.
Lucky,
No.
Feel free to step away and go through Lucky's backstory whenever it feels appropriate, because I don't remember.
You know.
I know most of it.
Mhm.
Okay.
I explained Lucky's backstory.
Yeah, I'm gonna think I know more than I think I do, which is nice.
Yeah.
We both did our
Oh,
backstories with Nick, I think.
Yeah. So
Every time we have a backstory session, come on.
So
Brooke
wait,
was
did
there
you guys-
for a little bit. Lord.
so did everyone
what are you saying, Maggie? I'm sorry.
did everyone meet at that first bird fight thing? Is that where everyone met, or how did you guys?
No.
A guy and,
No.
and Lucky.
This is how we introduced our character.
Gary
Good.
has not joined us quite yet. He will join us fairly soon down this line now.
Okay.
Also, this is the first episode where I learn a new skill.
Okay.
Yeah, from Calabar. No. Because he went on the quest to find that golden strawberry. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
It was later.
Yeah, we were arguing about which one is better, strawberries or
Yeah, we already were talking about that earlier.
Okay. But anyway, episode or mission 2.
That is Xavier is right though. This is right about when that happened.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Mission 2. Again, picked by a guy. It was a haunted, there was a mansion that was haunted, and it basically drove everyone out of this town. And so the owner of the mansion was like, "Well, I kind of want my house back," and so we were hired to go get it. And this was the first time where we were experimenting with Arya system and combat with fucking this big scale of a thing. It's the first tough monster, is what I'm trying to say fancifully.
It was their first boss fight, quote unquote.
And
Gotcha.
we almost got our ass kicked. This is also our first mission with Haba.
Yes, this is the first time that they brought Hava Duba for the first one.
we blew up their yard as well.
Yeah.
I was about to get to
cause
that.
some pretty substantial damage to the grounds, and
And we should
is
emphasize,
also-
I
this
caused
is
pretty
also-
substantial damage.
This is
the
the
guy
first
who
time.
killed all the plants by turning into the Marlboro.
Oh, that's right.
This is the first time I think that Lucky showed off his ultimate.
I didn't have my ultimate yet. Neither of us did.
No, okay,
Nope.
whatever.
No, I believe you guys did. I think this is about the time when we invented
No.
that system.
My first ultimate was in Battle Yushura.
Oh, that is true. I think you had it, but you decided not to use it in this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause I
well,
know,
I
I
used
know
my
we had
episode.
developed them, and I know a guy did use his, because that's where some of the creators in the art do.
Yeah.
No, I used it in like episode 3. I'm pretty sure. We were
No,
fighting
you
those guys.
used the Marlboro. You used your ultimate in the first fight with the Marlboro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's
by
episode
the time
3.
we got to the end of the first mission, we had already figured out.
Yeah, no, I just hadn't used it till Yushura.
Yeah. Well, and then yeah, this was their first run in with this ghost, who will definitely show up again several times
Multiple times. Very annoying ghost.
until a guy eventually murdered
Yeah, fuck.
How do you murder a goat?
It's a long story that we will get to eventually.
him. I mean, we're getting there, I guess. See the whatchamacallit, the thing that they ended up figuring out after they fought the ghost for a while, the house and the yard for a while, was that it wasn't actually a ghost. It was effectively an astral projection,
Okay.
and
I
they
still don't know
followed.
how to pronounce that word.
They released the magic on the area and followed the ghost all the way back to a hospital, where like the still living person was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to remember how you guys killed her the first time.
The first time we didn't, Haba did. Haba sealed her away,
Yeah.
and then the King's Guard. This is our first run-in with the King's Guard, and a guy actually did not fight her in the actual like second time meeting her in her actual town.
No, I was hitting my butt. I was had a one body in that one.
No,
I
Xavier,
was fighting
the
off
second
3
fight.
people.
The second
Oh, the
fight
second
where
fight?
you were selling fish kebabs to the townspeople.
Oh, yeah.
And then you
I
tried
like
to
that
sell to the King's Guard, and he actually bought one because he was hungry.
No, I gave him for 3 free.
Oh, yeah, so that was for free. That's why he took it.
Yeah.
But no, Xavier opened a fish stall.
I'm trying to remember exactly how you guys killed her twice.
I gotta be honest, I really enjoy a guy's character. Like every story I've heard about him, I'm here for it.
He is our comedic relief.
Yes, and we will get to the time that he jumped from 200 feet and lived.
I already know about that time. I remember that one.
I was knocked
That was
out. but
surrounded
yes,
by
I
a
did
whole
die.
separate story, though.
Mm-hmm.
I was knocked out, but yes, I
You have to
did.
understand, I did go through a pretty, like, I talked about a couple different things with them about the story, so they will know some things.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
that's the thing
I'm really
is
surprised right now that
I'm just looking forward to you finding the context for all of these stories that I know Daniel has told
I'm honestly very surprised right now that I do know some things.
you.
This is like
Nice.
making me feel
Yay.
that I'm retaining.
All right. So this next episode, so the previous one ended with us confining Ghost Lady.
Yeah, this time she got hauled off to jail.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then,
Somehow get
this
again.
This is the first time a guy's character really shines through. This is the Battle of Yushura. This is the first time. So this is episode 4. Episode 4. This is the first time we dealt with the Dark Guilds, and we're just now dealing with them.
Let me. Yeah. Let me explain the part where I jump on the blimp.
Okay, you know,
Yeah,
this is your moment of
do that.
stupidity. I'll let you explain it.
All right. So, suddenly these guys show up, and we all start. I wink to them, and I run a different direction to get out of the crosshair. So I go and I run unannounced that a guy doesn't see that they're about to fire a team attack. So I jump on the back of the blimp, and grab a guy.
Hold up. He missed an important thing.
You missed the whole beginning of the story.
I said, let me explain the part where I jump on the blimp.
Okay, well, we thought you were going to explain the entire thing. Not the cool part of you not dying.
Okay. You explain the beginning, I'll explain the end.
Oh my god. Okay. So
Priorities, Daniel.
yeah.
Priorities.
So from my end, I had just fallen asleep as Lucky. Well, I am awoken by a harpoon landing through my roof and almost impaling my head.
Okay.
Yeah,
To which I
also-
walk outside, and it turns out that the ghost lady was part of a dark guild, and since we sent her to jail, they wanted to kill one of us. They were like an eye for an eye, and we were like, that's not how that works. But, okay. Now, here, where Xavier said he winked at them and ran off, he missed the part to where he said, I'll do it, talking about being the one to get killed. Then he winked at us, and he ran off.
You know,
Okay.
And then,
whenever
hold
they-
up. I'll let you explain yourself in a
I'm
little
missing
bit.
detail. I am missing a detail that I think I need. What is a dark guild?
A dark guild is a
A
guild
dark
that does
guild
something dark.
is basically a guild. A dark guild is generally was a guild of wizards like Mother's Eye, and they basically got banned and marked as priority targets for doing illegal shit. Things like assassinations, manipulating the political spheres of other nations, kidnapping.
Illegal stuff.
Yeah, generally
Wait, time out. Didn't you guys manipulate political stuff? Like, isn't that a thing? You guys didn't you start a war?
We did it. Okay, hold up. Okay, we
We're
will get
gonna
to
get
that
to that
story. We will
That's
get
right.
to that story.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm
It's
sorry, I
alright,
was the
it's
one who
alright.
did that, so I got defensive.
We need to relax and laugh about that story another day.
yes.
Oh yeah, back to Xavier.
All right, so
It-
I winked at them. I jumped on the back of the blimp.
Well,
Right.
hold up. We missed the part to where he got impaled.
Yeah,
Oh,
that too.
I got impaled.
He got shot through with a harpoon, and then
Okay.
does all this shit. So now, Xavier, now you are free to go. He has one hit point left.
All right, so I run. Right, I run to the back of the blimp. I jump. A guy does not know that they're about to fire a team attack. So
Okay.
the guy grabs a different guy, and a guy,
But just one of
A
the Dark
different
Guild
guy,
peoples.
Oh,
a
okay.
guy. I'll just say, I'll just
Perfect.
name them in numbers. So a guy sees this team attack and decides, hey, this guy's strong. He'll probably land my blow. So I grab him and I
Griffin, my
jump
fall.
off the blimp. I jump off the blimp. And I land on him.
Yes,
I am on the ground
get
with
one
an
of the-
impaled harpoon.
Xavier manages to roll well enough to not die.
But
Okay.
One time.
dark. So this the dude that I got hit me, and I was like, nah, fam. And then dark people's number 2 went over and was like, nah, fam. And I was like, nah, fam. And
Right.
By which he means what happened was he got completely surrounded, like 3 complete turns. They were just trying to kill him, and just they could not. He just kept rolling like the best rolls I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
this is
And then eventually backup finally arrives.
in the form of me and Kima vaulting over these guys and punching them in the face, and then me screaming at Xavier for a solid minute and a half. Like, me, Daniel, legitimately was grabbing Xavier, trying to figure out how the fuck he just did what he did for about a minute and a half.
And
You
that was
really
the
don't
first time that a guy came within inches of dying and somehow didn't.
Is
Out
that
of like 4.
is there a stream of that I could
Yeah,
watch?
I'll even send it to you.
Yeah, it's
Please
the
do.
episode called The Battle of Yushora.
Yeah,
I would
I-
very much
Okay,
like to see
also,
this.
this is why they call me Jimmy John.
that is not why we call you Jimmy John. We don't call you Jimmy John.
Nobody calls me. What?
Whatever. You
I'm
guys.
just saying, why do you call him Jimmy John then?
We don't call him Jimmy John.
I am now going to
Nobody has ever
exclusively
called
refer
him
to
that.
Xavier as Jimmy John. Just a heads
Okay.
up. I'm now exclusively.
He won't remember that.
I know.
I will remember that. I have remembered the Thunderbird without you remembering the Thunderbird. And that was just a small detail.
It makes a good point.
Yep, you got me.
I should really stop enabling this child.
Stop enabling the child. So, yeah,
child
they
gamer mode.
beat the crap out of all the Dark Guild people and basically threw them in a.
Wait, hold up. No. We have to get to the fucked up part of what a guy did at the end of this.
Okay.
Come
on.
No, no, Xavier,
I
hold
forgot
up.
about that part.
Hold up. Okay, so we're at the end of the fight. I have knocked, me, Kima, and Haba have knocked out the 2 remaining guild members and have arrested them. I go over to go help a guy, and a guy has managed to knock this guy down into a crater, and it's this guy, this hooded robe, tattooed everywhere.
Time out.
Mhm.
A guy who has a harpoon in him and one HP
No,
point?
the harpoon went straight through him. He has a crater in his chest.
Okay, sorry, my bad. So that,
Better.
okay.
I still have
Man,
one body
it's just-
HP though.
It's just
so,
it's the nature of the system.
We
It's
healed
anime
him.
rules. If
Also-
Oh, good.
you know, if you've got 1 HP left, you're still standing. Like you're not unable to do things. You know.
it's when all
And a
of
guy just decided to, instead of going to try and get healed or to do anything else, just to keep whooping ass.
I thought he did get healed.
No, I did not. I
Eventually.
still had 1 body HP.
No,
He
okay.
He did eventually get healed, but no.
Why did
for
I leave
most
him
of
by
this-
himself to fight that guy?
Mm-mm.
Oh, did he go into his ultimate? Because he had a.
He did.
No,
yeah.
not yet.
That was
not
still-
yet. No.
Okay.
I have not done that yet.
All
Nope,
right.
I have not done that
Daniel.
yet.
Fuck.
You
Spoiler.
don't have to go step by step in the story. Yes, you did go into your ult. This guy, not on the first round, sure, but we don't need to hear what you did for every second of the fight.
Anyway, basically, the guy, Xavier killed the guy who was chanting in the crater, and then the guy turned into a demon and tried to kill us.
Okay.
But I
No.
transformed into that demon.
Yes, he did. But you have to also understand the fact of I was going to just go over there and knock him out, and then Xavier exploded him.
Okay.
We had
Okay.
decided that I was going to knock him out, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to." Well, I don't even remember. We hadn't got the malicious thing yet. Oh wait, no. It was like, "Do you want to hit with malicious intent?" This is where it fucking started.
No, I simply asked him, hey, do you want to kill him or do you want to? And Xavier was like, I'm gonna kill him.
And I was just like, "Well, fuck."
Hey, he came after us. They wanted to kill us, so I did what they wanted
I mean,
to
I'm
them.
not saying you're at least
Eye for an
not
eye.
slightly justified here, but he was. You could have easily just not.
And the reason being because the reason they were here attacking us in the first place that we knew at the time. There was a second one that we figured out later, but the reason we knew is because we had taken one of their people prisoner, and so like We were just like, if we just continue taking them, continue collecting them, eventually they're just not going to go anywhere. That was my logic and reasoning behind it. Xavier's was, if there aren't any of them, then they can't hit us.
I mean, that is valid logic.
Yes, I mean that happened later on.
The much later down from the story, the actual reason that they were coming to attack you guys was to get at your basement, but that doesn't come until way later.
Yeah.
But like my logic was correct
Steele's
because
wife.
they escaped
The arc
jail.
the arc of life was in our basement, sitting in basically stasis.
Why?
Because it was Steele's wife, and he wanted to revive her.
Okay, so was she dead?
She went into a coma from attempting to absorb a bunch of power that was not quite within her capability.
Got you. Okay.
And she ended up going into a coma, and Steele, for the longest time, was trying to any way to fix her, basically. Then that ended up eventually happening with the whole time travel thing.
Gotcha.
All right, now we go on to.
I feel like an important missing piece of information. All the family drama earlier, but it doesn't end there. The master of this dark guild is also Steele's dad.
Okay.
There's also
I feel like that was a missing bit of information that I feel like probably will fill in a couple gaps.
Yeah, that does.
All right, now on to the next episode. I do my rock and then we go on to the next episode.
I mean, basically that was pretty much the end of that. They threw the remaining alive people in the prison after killing the demon that the guy turned into when he was killed.
And we buried him.
And you did bury him, yes.
That's nice. That's good.
And the rest of them you shipped off to prison along with the slave.
Then they escaped, and then we captured them, and then they escaped, and then we captured them.
Okay. And then I killed a few more.
Yeah, and then you killed 2 more, yeah.
I thought you only killed one more.
I killed one more, yeah.
Well, you killed Sally, the ghost lady.
Well, yeah, you actually killed the ghost lady. I
Nice.
think, yeah, that's the only other one that you killed.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I was thinking the nerd guy died.
No, I mean, Rook knocked him out with like a single shot, but he did not.
Yeah, but didn't Xavier, like, kick him off the edge?
No,
No,
I didn't
don't
kill.
think so.
I don't. The only ones I
If
killed.
so, I've been wrong because he's on their team in this tournament.
Well, you know.
You know, even if that did happen, I'm going to say he survived it somehow because he's here now.
That's fair.
Wait, I have a question. Can dark guilds compete in the games?
Yes.
Apparently.
They are not competing under their like known names. They have pseudonyms going on here, but they have managed to sneak their way in.
Why would they risk that?
Because people are weird.
That's something that I was hoping that you guys would investigate before now, but finally the idea has been sprung.
Well, when I went to go ask him,
why would they?
when I asked the guy while we were drinking, he turned into Cicada. So I mean, like, I don't.
Wait, what?
That's the question. That's the last question I asked Hammer Dude. And then he was like, "Nah, I don't want to answer that."
He definitely did not turn into cicadas. He sank into the earth.
No, I meant like he went cicada because that's what cicadas do.
Oh.
He fell asleep like a couple like 2 meters under the earth.
He told you he's not sure. Like you asked him several times, or like several different questions, and he told you like he doesn't know why his boss. He's just here to fight.
He wanted money, I think it was.
Yeah, he was like, I just wanted to
Yeah.
feed my kids.
He was literally just here to fight.
He doesn't talk like that. He actually has a very thick Russian accent.
Are there okay, so like are there more than one there's more than one dark guild in this world, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Yes. There's only one that you guys have currently had any issues with, really. But there's plenty out there.
Are there more than one at this game?
No.
Okay. Interesting.
And I said even the one that is here, they're competing under a fake name, basically.
Interesting. Okay.
Or well, kind of a fake name. They are competing as a guild from Per Grand, which, Lucky and probably any of the rest of you that have any knowledge of like world politics or history, like you would be 100% aware. Like they don't have those over there.
Yeah. Well, we also know why they're saying they're from over there, and for
It's not entirely incorrect. Yeah.
Yeah. Their guildmaster is one of the generals of Per Grand.
Okay.
He is a part of their military, yes. And they're competing under a name from over there, rather than the Dark Guild. Gorgon's Tongue was their original name here in Fiora, and they've since been officially disbanded according to the council. And only now exist as a dark guild or outside of the restrictions.
Gotcha.
If we want to continue on, I feel like fairly soon we're getting to how your guys' guild almost became a dark guild once.
Actually, it's the next episode, so let me explain how we blew up the fucking moon.
Oh good. I have wondered.
So the
That
first
was
time,
only the first of like 3 times you guys all became a dark guild.
yeah, we also we'll get there. So we have, for one, this is called Demonic Island Rescue. That's the title of this episode, because that's what we thought we were doing. We were put out on our first S-rank quest. We had asked Steel, we were like, hey, we think we can do it. And Steel was like, I don't, but sure.
Hey Daniel, you're screaming. Could you like?
Oh, well, I can be quieter. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
You could also just, because Discord has variable volume, slightly turn it in.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
Well, that sounds like your own damn problem.
No, you got him.
All right. So, we had taken our first S rank thing, and Steel was like, "Hey, good luck." So, we make our way down to.
Who did you take with you for that?
No one. This was just me. Sorry, I should clarify. This is our first S rank mission that we did by ourselves, because Haba went with us, and the mansion was an S rank.
Yes. I was about to say I couldn't remember if you took anybody.
No, we went. We almost talked Diana, the space wizard, to go with us, or grab or fucking.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that.
What is her
So,
thing?
her name is Diana. But, I met her somehow. I don't remember how, but I was like looking for a.
Yeah, you went to go try and find like a D&D style bag of holding. Basically, that is her power. She has a type of like spatial manipulation magic, but it's very specific.
And that is where Daniel, but
They can make things bigger on the inside. They have
that's
fire
her
tents,
name.
bags
Like
that
her
hold,
story
like, piles
looks
of
bigger than
shit.
the
Like,
inside.
you
Okay,
keep talking at the same time I'm talking every time. I cannot hear you.
yeah, I will tell you the entirety of while both of you were doing that, I understood neither story that was being told.
Here, I'll just mute myself when somebody else is talking.
Mm-mm.
I mean, okay.
What I was saying is, I said yes, she has spatial manipulation magic, but she has a very specific variety of magic, in that she makes things bigger on the inside or than on the outside.
And that's her store name. Looks bigger
Yeah.
in the inside.
Yes, the name of her shop in the port town of Hargion is bigger on the inside, and she sells backpacks that can carry 10 times more than they look like they should, or tents that have 3 whole rooms on the inside, and various things like
So her shop is the TARDIS, and she sells Mary Poppins.
that. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where
We're
me
speaking references.
Thank
yeah.
you. The way I know how to communicate.
That was good. Solid.
Okay, but so we left from that shop out on a nice little ship. It was pretty much the only guy who was willing to take us out to that island because there's sirens out there. And what we did not know is that the guy was working with the sirens. And lucky at this time.
Well, that was your assumption at the least.
Yes. Lucky then jumped to fucking. Wait, what did I do?
All I know is I made the boat.
Yeah.
You
I
flew
think-
over to the island, and a guy used his water magic to slow so that it didn't crash violently.
That's right, but it took
I
me a
also
bit
set up
to
the boat.
convince a guy to actually get off the boat. I
This is
remember.
true.
And yeah. Then we actually make it on the island. And Xavier, you probably remember this part better than I do, so I'll let you explain it against my better judgment.
What? What am I saying?
This next part, so after the shipwrecked.
Oh, I went fishing, and he went to go find some demons.
Some demons.
Like you do.
I mean, he's not wrong.
To give you the backstory or the background that got completely skipped here. The whole point of this job was it was like an island resort that had been, according to the job posting, infested by demons.
Okay.
And they were supposed to come in and clear it out so that the resort could go back to functioning as normal.
So we got on the island, and I immediately went fishing. And
what? Wait, you cut out. You immediately did what?
I went fishing. I went to look for fish.
That makes sense. Okay, I'm with you.
And water. So Lucky left and went to go find some demons.
Got you.
So, Nick was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Are you sure? You sure?" And I was like, "No." So,
Fair.
I was, I do remember. I went fishing. I went fishing, and then Lucky found a village.
Okay.
So, I went looking for this village, and when I found it, I turned into an owl because why not?
Wait, time out. I just need a clarification here. Did something about the village turn you into an owl, or did you just kind of decide?
I decided to turn into an owl.
Okay. So I want to make sure I understand.
So I flew and I found this random guy, and I flew down to him and I landed on his shoulder, and he was all like, I always wanted to have a parrot, but an owl will do. And he started and he fed me a treat, and I think what happened to this, Nick was like, well, you found the leader of the village, and then we were like.
What?
You were like,
You did it.
No,
yeah,
the guy you were looking for and the guy that you found was the dude from the boat, the ship captain.
Oh yeah. We found the dude from the boat.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know where Daniel, but
Oh my god, I've been muted. Good god, that's why no one's been listening. Jeez. I've been trying to talk this entire time. Okay, Xavier. Yeah, what I was trying to say was, Lucky this entire time has no clue this is happening. Like, Lucky's just walking around this village talking with different people. And eventually he sees this guy and walks up to him. And then the owl just starts flipping out. And so Lucky's just like, what the fuck? And then the owl flies up, starts pecking at me to move. Eventually I follow the owl to where it turns into a guy. And explains absolutely nothing to me. And then we both walk back out and start talking to the sailor. And now, Xavier, you can continue.
I mean, I feel like you should take it from here, Daniel, honestly. No offense to Xavier.
I have
Like he has
That's fair.
lost the thread of what has happened.
I have a part that I want to explain, but yeah,
I mean,
you should.
is it the next? Is it the next part?
No. It's about me finding the demon.
That is the next part. That's literally what happens after this.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the next important part.
Okay, so
Oh, and the sailor told us nothing. Also, we got like nothing
Yeah.
from these people.
So I went into the forest. I don't remember why, but I found this random village girl who is always in the shadows and not and avoiding the light,
Okay.
like trying to avoid the light.
I got.
The first thing I do is I fly. So I am an owl,
thought it was
and
the
I
reverse.
perch onto a limb, and I see this random girl accidentally touch a light, and then all of a sudden becomes a demon. So I'm freaking out, and I fly to Lucky, and I'm like, "Yo, dude, come here,
All right.
like come."
And I'll take it from here.
Yep, you do you.
Okay, so from my point of view, as Lucky, a guy just flies out to me and goes, "Dude, we have to go look at this girl. Dude, we have to in the forest. We have to go look at this girl in the forest. Come on, we gotta go. We gotta go now." And I'm just like, "What? That's creepy. Why are you going on like little girl in the forest?" And you have to understand, he was not being quiet, and we were like in the town center. I'm sitting at a campfire, talking with locals, having a blast, drinking something, I don't remember. And then a guy comes screaming after me after fucking like anamorphing out of an owl. Like, and so everyone around us just is very confused. And then all the village people know what he's talking about because, that's all of them were like that. And so then all the village people start getting kind of aggressive with us, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I follow him, and he explains everything, and I go, oh, well, damn. And then we try to walk back into the village, and that's when they're like, all right, you have to come talk to our elder. And I'm like, fuck. And that's where we meet the guy who started Lucky and a guy on their titular quest. I could
Oh
fucking
god, he
speak,
was so fucking insane.
to blow
He
up the
was
moon.
I still cannot believe that you guys actually fucking listen to anything that
He
dude said.
offered us 1,000,000 jewel to blow up the moon, and Lucky's entire gimmick is it has to be cool enough, Nick. I don't know how you expected me not to want to blow up the moon.
I don't remember why I wanted to blow up the moon.
Because you're a chaotic dumbass. That's your character trope. I should clarify, you yourself are very smart, but a guy is
A guy can definitely be kind of dumb sometimes.
yeah.
He jumped off a blimp. Like,
No. Even worse, he did not jump off. Well, he did jump off a blimp, but into water that time.
Honestly, that's not even a guy fell from feet and lived story. Like,
I was holding him. I was holding him with magic, and like already struggling, and he just goes whoop, and just jumps off. He's like, "Fuck it, I can make it."
I was trying. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to
We
catch
will
me
get
with
there.
water.
That's coming
That
up
is-
pretty soon.
That's not all that fun.
So, we come in, and this guy who's batshit crazy, the village elder, batshit crazy, he is talking with us, and he's like, "Look, I know you adventure types do shit for a lot of money." Slaps some 1,000,000 jewel on the table. He's like, "I want you to blow up the moon." And Lucky, without hesitation, is like, "I'm in." A guy also, "I'm in." And then he starts explaining it to us. But like, man, when I tell you, everybody in the village and in the room was staring at us like we were fucking lunatics for actually going through with what their crazy ass leader said.
Now here's the part where we find this random dude.
Don't actually know what you're about to bring up.
So the first member of Sharktooth that we saw was
Nope, you are
really
out of
good.
order. You are out of order. Give us a second.
Okay.
We go out.
The only important bit that happens there is you guys also found out that the original job post to get rid of the demons on the island was posted by this crazy mayor guy's assistant, who basically seemed to be the one actually in charge of most of it.
Yeah.
And she was quite clear that the demons that it was talking about were not them, you know.
Yes. And so we go through. We we accept the quest. We start heading.
Real quick, she also
Okay, Logan. Jeez.
She also didn't like looking like a human.
Oh,
And
yeah.
And she vaguely she
Yeah.
was like, "You think
And they
we want
were,
to look like this?"
Yes, that was the thing that you guys found out was that they were cursed. But the turning into demons in the sunlight was not the curse. It was the other way around. Like that's what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And they turned into humans.
okay.
So, with that being
Quick
said,
follow-up. Before we get into the next part about the moon and all that, I just want to know, did he have a reason for wanting to blow up the moon? Or did he...
I'm about to explain that.
He believes that the moon was the thing that was cursing them.
Yeah.
Which he was close, but not wrong. So, we ended up finding out that essentially... oh, wait, hold on. I got ahead of myself. Like Xavier was hinting at, we met a guy. However, at first, it was a bunch of guys chanting. And that's where we left it off on the cliffhanger for part 1. Going into part 2, we fly up, and completely non-hostile, by the way. We were just kind of flying, but, I was using lightning at the time to propel.
And I was using water. I was using earth. Yeah.
And
Wait. Yeah, I was using earth.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you turned into a bird.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I
the
did
guy
turn
was
into a
at
bird.
this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did turn into a bird. But we were like flying at him, and then all of a sudden he started attacking us.
Yeah. The random guy who we met started attacking us while the rest of everyone else ended up going in and going underground. Well, after I stopped the fight and I was like, wait a fucking minute. Hello. And the guy was like, oh, wait, no, y'all can actually help us. Hold on, here we go. We figured out that they were, in fact, the guild Shark's Tooth. And they were trying to bring back and break a curse that was on their leader, Kuros, which is the guy who Lucky fancies.
Oh, the really hot one?
Yeah.
He gets the tingle every time he walks by him.
Please don't ever say that again.
That is the only description I've heard of this person, is that he's extremely attractive. That is the only thing I know about this character.
You know?
No, Lucky's just gay.
He is what I described originally as anime attractive. Relatively tall, well-built, long, like silver bluish hair.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Okay, maybe he is attractive, but Lucky's just
Wait a minute. I have questions. Why couldn't he be attractive before? Xavier.
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna question it. If you're saying don't question it, we're just not gonna worry about it. Moving on. Basically, they needed the thing that we wanted to blow up.
The moon.
The moon. You know, a small little thing, really, in the grand scheme of the world. It's really not, but we can pretend it is.
I don't remember what we did next.
I do. So we helped them finish their ritual. So after we did that, and I got to meet Kuros for the first time by handing him some clothes. You know, there was a spark that went off. And then he helped us blow up the moon, which actually, without him, we would have never blown up the moon because he had infinite range. And so this is the part where you should actually watch this episode because Nick set a timer after we rolled. And after this timer went off, Nick stopped. Like, we were in the middle of talking, and Nick was like, all right, guys, so all of a sudden you just feel rumbling. And you look up, and you see the moon explode. And I shit you not, both me and Xavier legitimately screamed out of sheer childish glee.
They went into full on like high school, like, oh!
For far too long. I mean, literally, we rode that adrenaline rush pretty much up until we sent a Naga cross country. Or a fucking dragon cross country. We were on that high.
How are you not a dark girl?
Lucky is really good at talking his way out of things.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, the only reason that they aren't is because most people don't know that these things were them.
Yeah.
And they never will. Xavier.
But sometimes I ruin everything. Let's just
Let's just say the Earth Dragon Queen would totally be alive right now if Xavier did not do what he did.
No.
The entire second trade war would not be started right now. Well, that's not true.
Hey,
because the Naga did that
I know a way we can get rid of the war.
Wait, no, still, the second trade war would not have happened because, yeah, if a guy had not done what he did that day,
Yeah,
Why?
probably.
What did I do that day?
Okay,
I
will. We're
can
jumping
fix my
ahead.
problem.
I'm glad you asked.
I
Xavier.
mean, you can do the short version of basically everything that happened between then and there. I mean, I feel like it does Garion a disservice because in the intermeeting time between blowing up the moon and this happening is when Rook joined.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, so I'll skip over the Reaper
But
segment.
so you can do the short version of that part of the thing because really not all that much important happened. I don't feel like.
Yeah. So, basically, the next mission was protecting a gold cart, or a no, it wasn't gold, but it was a precious cargo and gold from one destination to another, because they knew it was going to be attacked by a demon named Reaper, and through this fight, we
That's how he
basically
got his fight.
decimated the fuck out of Reaper. I stole all his shit and basically became his identity. It's a Dread Pirate Robert situation.
Okay.
He's Reaper Junior.
No.
I mean, there are still a good number of people across the world that think he is now.
That is also fair. But with that in mind, like I took a scythe. I also took his wind magic. Well, I didn't take it from him, but I learned wind magic from him by eating him. That's a weird thing we can look into further later.
Yes, Lucky can eat lightning.
And
He
wind
forgot to explain that.
and fire
He
and
can
poison.
eat everything he bends, basically.
Slayers. That's just because my magic is called Slayer magic, like just because it's that type of magic, is what allows me to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and me transforming into Lucky also makes me do that. So, next episode.
Next
Can he just
episode,
transform into anything? Or
huh?
can he just transform into anything?
As long as
Yeah.
he has seen it before. And there is some
No.
limitations. He does have
Magic. I have, as long as I have seen magic before, I can turn into the magic ones. But I can't. But I can transform into any animal that isn't magic.
it has to be living. He can, to keep it balanced, he can
Yeah.
only have 3 things memorized. 3 magical creatures
Soon to be
memorized.
4.
The biggest thing is that when he transforms, you can get
Did he just cut
never
out?
gets better.
What?
Nick, you cut out horribly.
It's pouring down fucking rain.
Yep, makes sense.
But yes, the biggest thing is that no matter what he turns into, his skills never actually get any higher than what his current magic is.
Okay. That makes sense.
So if he turns into, a fucking god or whatever, he might have some, facsimile of their skills, but he's still not going to be like than his own magic.
Got you.
Also, I can use my own magic. We'll explain that later. Because
Okay.
that's a whole nother episode.
Yes, that's way later down the line, and that'll make more sense when he does explain it. After this is when we first learn about the arcs through Ivan.
Oh, I mean, like I said, I feel like we would be remiss to not at least mention you guys meeting Rook.
We haven't yet. We haven't even left Fiore yet. That's about to happen.
That is true. How did you learn about the arcs before that? No,
Yeah,
I thought it was
that's
when you
the
met
reason
Cloud.
we left. No, that was the reason we left. Was
Yeah, so I could train from the magic dude.
yeah, so we can get added magic.
But we didn't know that he was a sacred an arc.
We didn't know he was an
We
arc
just
yet.
thought he was a legend dude.
At that point, we still called them the Banefather. But yeah, so this is the first time where we move out of Fiore, and this is also where we figure out that a guy's name is Can You Even Canada, and not a guy, and that
No, not even. There is no
Xavier,
even.
that's what your character sheet says.
You wrote that, dude.
It's in parentheses like a wrestling nickname.
Yeah. He Daniel wrote that, and I've kept it since I thought it was funny.
Okay,
So what is your actual name?
it's Can You Canada.
Can You Canada? Okay.
Yep. And
And
my
his
dad
father.
is Abadan Canada. And my mother, I don't know. She died at birth. When I was birthed.
You wrote her out of your backstory so fast that I had no
She
chance
died
to give her.
at birth.
My mother.
Died at birth.
From diarrhea.
Yeah.
Diarrhea. Oh,
Yeah.
I would think that her death would not be caused by the diarrhea.
But here we are.
No, you learn something. You never know.
The short thing is, like I said, a guy wrote her out of his backstory so quickly that I had no chance to even give her a name.
Oh. Let's name her now.
Let's name her Gonorrhea. No,
No.
Maybe that makes sense because she's gone.
Oh my god! She's gone and she
Wait,
died from
where's
diarrhea!
the level?
No!
Wait, there's levels! There's levels! We have to!
What?
I say we have to. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Xavier. Your mom didn't have a name. It's fine.
But we have the name that is the name of our hearts.
That's not the answer.
What?
Our hearts.
Blow it, please. You didn't need to come back and give me more.
But I already did.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Hi, Logan.
Yeah.
Logan, I can't understand you, buddy.
I'm gonna have to be somewhere that I don't know where to be.
Felt that.
I'm just gonna
Every day of my life, my dude.
Every day when you wake up, I have to be somewhere that I don't know where I have to be.
Does this echo?
No.
No. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna lock myself in the bathroom.
Oh my god. Don't do
Have
that.
fun.
People need to use the
Don't do that.
bathroom.
Well, we have 2 bathrooms.
Xavier, well, go to the one that's not usually used.
Well, I'm in it.
I know you are! I said move!
Oh, don't judge the child for his choices. We've all
I
avoided
don't
it.
know where to go. My mom's in the call and my brother's going to bed.
Listen, we've all hidden in the bathroom for reasons.
Michael
Yes.
in the bathroom.
Michael in the bathroom at a party.
Is this echo?
Good show, good show.
Well, it's out on Broadway.
No shit?
Real shit. The week it was closing. I managed to snag a ticket before it closed.
Holy fuck. Wow.
I have a picture somewhere with George Salazar.
What the fuck?
Does this echo?
Your years. No, you're good, X. Your years in
Okay.
New York always just like.
I think we need to talk more about New York. I feel like every time I bring up a story that to me is like not relevant like anymore, like you're surprised, and so I just need to tell you more about it.
You have to understand, I also have the memory of a flea.
Dude, so do I. Do you realize how shocked I am right now about the amount of times I've gone, oh no, I know what we're talking about right now tonight. I'm so shocked right now.
I'm very proud.
Thank you. I am too. I don't know what I did right, but apparently I'm doing something correct.
Yes.
Like I said, I knew Daniel had told you some of these individual stories, but like you can finally
You're doing
get
better than
like
all
the
of us.
full context.
Oh,
for
God
it.
does. Oh, let me tell
It's
you.
a 6.
Let me tell you the story on how we
Very
got
large
this
dice. Can I just say it's a very large dice?
That's why it's the god dice.
It's
Let me
what?
tell you.
It's the god dice.
Oh, that
It's-
makes sense.
It's
By
what
the
we
way,
make.
By the way, I didn't need. I bought more
Xavier.
dice today. I bought more dice today. I didn't need it, but I did. Ooh, tower.
Oh yes, this is the tallest dice tower.
Go
Is
to
this
the
still the one I made, or has mine been beaten yet?
As far as I know, it's still the same one.
Yeah,
I agree with
so this is the one that I made.
That's beautiful, Daniel.
And then this is our big bag evil guy.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
He looks
Okay.
smart.
Let me tell you how the God Dice was created.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So we were doing Daniel left me all alone and
did.
with Nick.
Oh, that
So,
was a mistake. I can just already tell that was a mistake.
It was.
um,
I had to cut. Wait.
so
To be fair, I had to cut the entire thing out of the recording.
we were talking, and then I got the great idea to put all the dice on full size and fling them.
That's
So
brilliant.
it flinged out, but then suddenly froze in time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we were like, what? And I started laughing, and Nick was like, how do you do this?
So you broke it, is what I'm hearing.
No.
Yes, but
He locked it in place.
no, I didn't.
Oh, just like how it is normally when you throw it off the edge of the table?
No, it didn't. Like I flung it, and then it froze in time.
Can we just talk about the fact that they took the time to make an entire living room beyond the board? Like,
Yeah.
like why?
I mean,
You didn't- It's very nice. Whose house is this?
God's.
You can change it?
I don't know. Welcome to this is I don't know.
I don't know what this entire stream is, Daniel. I'm so sorry. I really just
What the fuck? You can change it?
This is where we should always play this game. Absolutely.
In the
We
fucking
always
back alley of
do.
some Russian power plant? This is it.
Hey,
This
that's
is
lovely. I'm intrigued by the one that says custom because
Wait,
that implies
GeoGuessr.
that a lot can be done.
I don't want to know. But GeoGuessr!
GeoGuessr. Do you want to play GeoGuessr? That's not weird doing things, Maggie.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was muted there, but I was saying yes, the custom one. If you have any like 360 rotoscopic picture, like it works.
Oh, I'm gonna. Ooh, One Night. Yo, I love One Night. Sorry, I'm so sorry. This is so not. I am so off topic now.
Nick is the
Oh,
person.
no.
Nick is the person who showed me one night.
Yes,
Oh, Nick, that is my favorite game.
it is a very fun. I don't have the DLC for playing it on tabletop, but like I would totally get it.
We haven't been playing it yet. Like,
Oh wait, fuck, Maggie. How far did you get in Hollow Knight? Have you played it anymore?
I haven't played it again since the other night. Just things keep coming up.
That's fair.
And then the episode tonight, I kind of thought about putting you guys on my phone and playing it on the side, but I was worried I wouldn't be able to pay enough attention.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I've been playing Final Fantasy XI this entire time.
Alright, I'm gonna move you guys to my phone real quick here. Hang on.
I do have to mention I should be going soon. I do have to be at work at 4 tomorrow in the morning, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to have the mental sanity to do that.
Yes, we've only gotten halfway through our
anthology. I mean, I can send here. I'll send you the channel link so you can pick it up. But I am gonna hop out of the game real quick. Basically just because I need to go the fuck to sleep. It's in dice rolls.
You should probably go ahead and, if you haven't already, end recording.
That's fair. I was just gonna ask Hannah too. For me, but I can go ahead and do that. So yeah, I will talk to you all later. I love you all. Good night. And recording, I don't know if you'll ever get uploaded to YouTube, but if you do, congratulations.